Hello, I'm Maxwell, and I help teach young men find purpose in life. Today, I want to talk about how the hard work can actually be so simple. I remember, for example, when I was getting into the gym. As anything, it is a rough and hard thing to get into and build that momentum. But I remember one time I was just stuck. I wanted to go to the gym as I knew it was the one thing that would fulfill me, something I needed to get done. And I was so caught up in the most grueling and painful part of the workout. That's all I could think about was how grueling and painful and uncomfortable it was. I was there sitting down making excuses like, oh, I'm not dressed, I feel bloated, it's late in the day, I'll do it tomorrow. And the day passed. I'm angry. It's the one thing that I should be doing, the good habit, and yet I didn't do it. I was still kind of stressing over the big picture of this is a difficult thing. But I had to dumb it down. I had to act like I forgot about how difficult it was. And I just thought, what in the moment can I do to get there? I start putting my shoes on, grabbing my headphones. I grab my keys and walk out of the door, and I get there. I forget about the most painful part, and I just do it. So when you are battling with the idea of the one task at hand, I use working out, for example, but if it is anything else, like sitting down and finally trying to build your business, do your schoolwork. For me, it's recording videos, script writing, editing, things like that. It can be such a painful moment. But when we do remove the bad habits and we focus on the one task that needs to get done, even that is painful. So I want to give you some actionable steps to help you get it done. So when you do have the big task, dumb it down. For working out, for example, the whole thing you have to do is go to the gym. You already pretty much know what needs to get done, or you can figure out when you're there. You don't need to stress about how painful and annoying it's going to be of lifting the heavy weights and the pain and whatever pressure that you have when it's doing the task. Even sitting down doing your schoolwork. You're so caught up with this idea of it's going to suck. So you have to dumb it down and realize what is the one goal? What is the task that needs to get done? I love working out. Many of us young men can relate. It's a big thing that takes up our time. So, okay, you just go to the gym, work out. That's the big deal. So you have to narrow down to a very little idea of what actually needs to get done. For your homework, all right, what's that one assignment? Okay, no biggie. All you do is go over, open your computer up, and do it. Like, I have to tell you guys how simple this stuff truly is, and you know it. But you build these excuses and you amplify the fear and this idea of what it actually is when it's so simple. So narrow it down to how small is this actual task. And then it's the first steps. This is the second actionable step that I have for you, is the first steps. When you want to go to the gym and you're stressing about it and you're playing the mind games, that weaker self starts to talk to you and build excuses like you should go the next day, or you're hungry, or this and that, you're going to be sore. Fuck that voice. That has gotten you nowhere. So you have to, instead of thinking about the big picture of the scary fact that working out's going to be hard, doing that homework, sitting down recording videos, it's going to be difficult. No shit. But just think about the moment. Don't think about the long run of how difficult it's going to be. Just sit down and, okay, for the gym, put your shoes on, change, walk out of the door, drive, put your headphones on, lift the weights, go home. When you put it that way, it is so simple. All right, you have schoolwork. You have a free time, a block in your day that you can do it. Open it up, actually be attentive, and get it done. When you think about the steps to get there and not so caught up in the grand picture of it, it makes it so much more easy to conquer. And then disappointment from not doing it. If you do have purposeful work in your life, for example, these YouTube videos. Yes, I'm working on other things, but it still pains me every single day that I do not get something done. If it is a task that fulfills you, working out, self-improvement, my grades, all of those used to be purposeful avenues in my life that I was passionate about. And when I didn't do it, I felt disgraced. I felt painful. Because how many times can you continue to veer away from the right path that you're supposed to take? So to remind yourself, I'm going to feel fulfilled when I finally get it done. When I don't have the stress of that, quiz coming up in school, or I don't have the stress of thinking about that I have to work out today. I just get it done right away. And then I'm carefree, I'm fulfilled. But remember, you can use your emotions to fuel yourself. Get angry that you're not putting the work first. Or else it's just going to build up and you're going to be a mediocre man. And for the last actionable step that I have for you is the time of day. There's this analogy called eating the frog. If you had to eat a frog every single day, one, it would be disgusting. It's going to be the most difficult part of the day. But if you had to eat a frog at, let's say, 6 p.m., every hour building up to that, you're going to be stressing and thinking that you have to do this disgusting, grotesque thing towards the end of the day. So it is best to build a structure around the habits and the tasks that you have to get done so it optimizes your life. If I did all my hard work towards the end of the day, I would be exhausted, tired, and full of excuses. So with this analogy of eating the frog, is you do it right away. If you woke up and just ate the frog, did the most difficult task right away, you would be carefree for the rest of the day. And you wouldn't have any of those hours building up with the stress and the fear of what's eventually going to happen. You will be amazed on how easy the hard work is. I don't have this written down, but I do want to talk about how you just have to do it. There's no magical trick. Of course, scheduling and dumbing down and the idea of it is important. But for example, I've made so much progress in the last few weeks by just sitting down attentively. I do it right away. I turn off all my devices, no distractions. And yeah, it's fearful of all this hard work I have to do, but I sit down and I just slowly pick at it. I do it. And then I sit back fulfilled and I think, oh my God, I've been stressing about building my own website for months and months, and yet I almost finish it in 3 hours of work. You're so stressed out about your grades, but if you just sat down for 3 hours, undivided attention towards it, and actually chipped at it, it would be done so quick. So there is really no magic trick, but there is the idea of actually doing it. It is so easy. It is so painful to have this idea in your mind of the hard task coming to you, that you have to eventually do it. And it builds up. It stresses over you. But you will be amazed at yourself when you just sit down and do it. So yeah, build a structure. Don't stress over it. Dumb it down and just chip at it. And you will get the hard work done. And make that your purpose. Make sure you feel fulfilled and you punish yourself when you do not do it, as this is our life of doing difficult tasks. If we wanted comfort, we would get nowhere in life. So if you want to be a superior, purposeful man, you just sit down and you do it. And you change who you are, man. I believe in you. But once again, I'm Maxwell. I help teach young men find purpose in life. Hopefully these actionable steps have helped you. Like, comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one.